Well, welcome to Youth Group. This is week 2 that we are on live stream, and we are stoked that you are with us. I hope that you guys are kind of sitting at your computer and you just did like a little woo, because it's great that you guys are here. And can I just say on behalf of all the leaders, we are just as frustrated as you that we have to meet like this. It is annoying, and I wish that we could be face to face. But we are so blessed and lucky to have resources that we can meet like this, and it is a joy that you are able to join with us. Now, I do bring some good news. It is term 3, and in term 3, at the end of the term, we usually have something pretty exciting. So I am here to announce camp. This year, our camp theme is Abide. We are going to be looking at the book of Colossians, so get excited. We understand that we don't know what the future is going to look like. So whether camp is at Wedderburn, whether camp is Camp Revamp, or whether camp might look like this, whatever it looks like, block out the dates. Camp is from the 10th to the 12th of September. We are going to be doing something in whatever format it is. So please get excited, be praying towards that so that we can enjoy camp, really. Now, what I do want you to do right now is jump onto Slido.com, of course. Now, the code for our live stream tonight should be in the description of the YouTube link. But if you don't want to go to the YouTube link, it should be YNBC2. Youth NBC Week 2. That's what we're at. I'm going to be handing it over to Sarah and Duncan. So jump onto Slido. Over to them.
Well, hello there, Duncan.
Hello, and welcome to the first game tonight, which is Will It Sundae, which is the sequel, of course, to Will It Cereal. As you all know, last time we had to do live stream, I played a game which was Will It Cereal, trying different foods with bowls of milk. Today we'll be trying different foods in bowls of ice cream with Hershey's chocolate syrup on top, which is delicious.
And genuine.
And genuine. It's genuine chocolate flavoring.
It's legit.
First up on the agenda is Doritos in ice cream. Doritos ice cream, chocolate syrup. Don't know if you can see that. It's slightly melting, all of them.
Slightly?
So we want you guys to jump onto Slido, and I want you guys to be voting yes, it will Sundae, or no, it won't Sundae, while we try them ourselves and come to our own conclusions.
All right.
So, Sarah, let us dig in.
Bon appetit. It's very melted.
They're very melted.
My taste buds are confused between the saltiness and
It's
the sweetness.
It's very odd tasting ice cream, but crunching at the same time.
I'm not a fan.
I'm getting cheese. I'm getting chocolate. You know, it's not the worst. I'm going for another spoon.
I'm having some ice cream to, I don't know. I don't think.
Is that just ice cream? You got to get Doritos in there.
There's some Dorito
That's
in there.
tiny. All right.
All right. Let's see.
This is going good.
It's
Votes are coming in now.
Oh, it's just going past. It's about 50-50
It's a yes
at the
so
moment.
far. It is very close.
We'll give it 5 more seconds.
I'm going to save myself for the other bowls, I think.
That's a wise choice.
Yes.
It seems
So far,
that
though,
Doritos have only slightly won.
what is your verdict, Sarah? Will it Sundae?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
What about you?
It's a no. For me, I'm going to say a yes. I'd say Doritos do Sundae. It's not the worst thing. I don't hate it. Yes has pulled ahead in the votes. It's a yes. Doritos will Sundae.
All right.
All right.
Next up,
Next up on the list is carrot.
it's grated carrot.
Grated carrot. That's right.
When was it grated, Duncan?
Earlier today was when it was grated. So we're not putting a full carrot into our ice cream. That would be ridiculous.
I feel like I wouldn't mind some like carrots.
I'm not the biggest fan of vegetables, so I'm not looking forward to this one.
I like vegetables with meat.
Yes. All right. So jumping in, the votes are already very convincing, but
Ugh.
okay. I might be just getting a lot more ice cream than I am carrot.
I feel like it doesn't have heaps of taste.
I can't taste it. I can't taste the carrot. Hershey's chocolate is too good.
It is pretty good.
I don't know if you put enough carrot in here, Sarah. It's lost. Where'd it go?
I think the carrot
It's dissolved.
And it's it doesn't taste heaps, so it just kind of tastes like ice cream.
I think
with
it
a
actually
weird
dissolved
texture.
in my ice cream. I can't see any carrot.
I reckon that could Sundae.
Well, I feel like it's not there. Where did it go? It's not Sundaying for me.
I was weak.
That's a no from me. And
Well-
the votes are in. 74% say no.
I think that's a
Very
wise choice.
convincing. All right,
All right.
on to our next item.
So we put the carrots aside.
All right.
Next, we've got. Oh, I dripped on the table.
Dripped
I do
on the
apologize.
All right, we have apple, but not just any apple, dried apple. So initially you might be thinking apple goes into desserts. You know, you got apple crumble, you got apple pie, you've got lots of apple,
But not this apple.
but not dried apple.
I've never tried dried apple. I'm about to try it for the first time, and I can't say that I'm keen.
I'm not looking forward to this
I'm
one.
looking forward to using my spit bucket. if
Yes,
I
we
need
do have
to.
bowls in case we need to spit. Okay.
All right, let's dig in. Oh,
Oh,
it's very
chewy,
Squishy.
chewy,
spongy.
spongy. I don't think an apple should be described as spongy.
No,
Oh,
I think the dryness of the apple is lost in the creamy ice cream. I don't want to take another bite.
I'm not a fan of this.
I think I'll just leave it there.
I will go for a second spoon though.
You're brave.
But
I
there's gotta-
respect that.
You got to make sure.
What do you think? Does it Sunday?
Oh, no.
No. It
This is not
seems-
enjoyable. Sundays should be enjoyable.
It seems that Slido disagrees with you, Duncan.
Why though?
69%.
So, the lot of
say
you, huh?
yes.
You like dried apple in your ice cream. Again, this is dried apple. Regular apple, sure. Dried apple, I don't know. It's a no from me.
I'm not a fan either, but
Oh.
Slido has told us that we should.
Slido has disagreed.
Yeah. Do you have long arms? Can you reach
Yeah, I
up the
can
back?
reach those ones. All right.
Next up, we have a croissant.
Individually wrapped croissants, COVID safe, as always.
Yep. I
it
broke
is.
them up with gloves. I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I
I've
feel
still
like you
got
can't
apple
go
in my-
wrong
oh,
with
no, I'm
bread.
using this. No apple.
So
Right.
we've got some croissant with some Hershey's chocolate
Yep.
and some
Ice cream.
very, very creamy ice cream.
Get that all in there. Righto, so croissant and ice cream.
All right, let's dig in.
Bon appetit. I am pleasantly surprised.
I'm enjoying this. I think the croissant is like slightly savory, but also sweet.
It surprisingly works really well with ice cream. I've not had croissant with ice cream before.
I feel like I could replace my pancakes in the morning that I might have with ice cream and chocolate syrup
Right.
with croissants.
You'd replace the pancakes with
I
croissant.
think pancakes are better,
Yeah.
but croissants a
Well,
close
'cause, like,
second.
a croissant on its own can be a little greasy sometimes. We get none of that here. It's actually very enjoyable.
We have 35 votes in, and 94% of them
94% say yes.
yes.
Amazing.
I think that's a pretty
Croissants
safe food.
Do Sunday.
They do.
Would recommend. Righto. Now, this is a personal favorite.
We're
And
bringing
it's-
it back.
It's returning. You've guessed it. KFC's popcorn chicken. Available now at your local KFC via the drive-thru because you cannot go in stores. There you are, Sarah.
KFC have provided us with some finger-licking good.
Finger-licking
These
good.
aren't finger-licking good.
Don't lick the
The
wet
wipes.
Don't lick the wet wipes. All
Don't
right?
lick them, but
Don't lick
they're
those.
for if we get messy.
I'm very personally excited to try this.
I'm keen.
As we all know, popcorn chicken does cereal, but will it Sunday?
It's
Let's
quite
find
cold.
out. It is cold. That is true.
I don't think you can beat popcorn.
You just
chicken.
can't beat it.
Like you could put it, no, maybe not with anything,
Hmm.
but with many things, and it would do a good
Oh, the
job
list goes on.
of making your taste buds happy.
Oh, so far, it's looking like a no from the people. I'll give it some more time because I disagree. I reckon it does.
This
Hmm.
is
splendid.
How can you be against popcorn chicken?
We've got some more yeses coming
This
through.
is
Come on,
exactly
guys.
like people put Macca's fries in their ice cream. This is just
Have
the
to say I've not heard
KFC
of that.
version of that. People do it.
Macca's fries and ice cream?
It's in the ad. Their 50 years ad.
I'd say the fact I've had 4 spoonfuls speaks for itself. Absolutely. I agree. Popcorn chicken, absolutely Sundae. Sarah?
Yep.
The verdict?
I reckon so. Particularly with ice cream, not so much with the chocolate syrup.
All right, let's go have a look at Slido. The people have spoken. It's a yes. A win for popcorn chicken. Popcorn chicken Sundays.
Victory.
Brilliant. All righty.
You're going to finish that. Oh, my goodness.
I've had a fair
That's
bit,
almost
but
finished.
I'll leave it
All right.
for later.
Well, thank you for playing Will It Sunday. Feel free to try these at home. We're now going to move into our second game, which Austin is about to explain to us.
Yes.
Well,
I think I was looking at the wrong thing.
I feel a bit disgusted by that popcorn chicken one. I'm watching Duncan. I'm seeing his. I'm not for it. I was with you guys originally. No for the Willet cereal. Now, if you guys do want to send us in some options of maybe different Willet cereals for us to try, please send them in. Or if you want to film yourself doing a Willet cereal and tag us on Instagram, do that as well. I'm actually going to quickly explain the next activity. So don't jump off Slido. We need you to be on Slido because there's a chance for you to win. I understand we're over a screen. You can't really win, but you can. You see, what the next game is Sarah and Duncan are going to use their 5 senses to try and explain an item that is in the bucket. Now, where you come in is the first youth to guess correctly what that item is that they are describing. When we meet back face to face, you will get that item. The prize will be yours. So, as I said, they'll describe it with their 5 senses. I don't know, they might pick their sight, their nose, their hearing. I don't know. I don't think there's a hearing one. But they'll describe it, you guess it, jump on Slido, type fast, and if you get it right first, you get the prize. So, over to Sarah and Dunks.
Again.
We're back for another game. So, this game is called Guess What's
that
in the
prize.
Bucket.
It's a prize.
It's a
You will
prize.
get this prize.
That's true.
You are in the runnings.
So, each of these buckets labeled 1 to 5 have something inside them. That thing you can win. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be describing them in different ways. And then you, on Slido, guess in what it is. And then if you get it right first, you're the first one to comment the right answer. We're going to record your name down. You're going to win that next time we're back in person. So
All right.
I'm going to jump into this one. Sarah?
So that's his blindfold because
Yes.
we've got bucket 1. Now,
Where's my
Duncan,
bucket?
here it is. Do you want to start describing it for us?
Okay, so for this one, I can only touch it and not see it. Ooh. Okay, so it's fluffy, soft, very soft, very fluffy. It's kind of long and flat. Okay, there's two of these things in here. There's a hole in one end of them, on both of them. So both of them have a hole at one end. They are very soft.
What could it be?
They feel pretty comfortable if I stick my hand in them, I'll say.
I'm having a look. No guesses yet.
2 very soft, flat, fluffy things. They do feel comfortable.
Comfortable.
I could
Like
put
you
them on
could-
my hand, that's for sure. I can't bring them out there. You can't see them.
Yeah.
But I could put them on.
And it sounds like there's a pair.
Definitely a pair of something.
I'm not seeing any responses.
All right, jumping onto Slido. Guess what you think? This is slipping into my mouth. I don't like that. All right. I can fit my hand in them. Soft, comfortable. Do we have any guesses, Sarah?
I haven't seen any. Can you
Seen
see
any.
guesses, Austin?
Come on, youth group. Vote for what you think it is.
So I think it's something you can wear.
Definitely something you could wear.
Comes in a pair.
Comes in a pair.
Should we keep this rhyming going on?
Nice and soft. Can you rhyme with soft?
Oh, really?
Got some in? Are we in live polls, Sarah?
Oh,
Are you
we're
looking
getting
at-
responses.
What do we got? Any
We've
guesses?
got mittens, gloves, mittens, socks, scrunchies, gloves,
Socks.
mittens.
Who said socks?
Whoever said socks, you're right.
You're correct.
Should we reveal them?
It's a pair of socks. Who said socks first? Who is it?
It doesn't tell me who it was.
We don't have a name? Are you looking in the Q&A?
I thought I was going to the live polls. All right,
There you go. All
bucket 2. In this one, I think I'm going to be
Yes.
blindfolded. So once
You're
again, I'm going to use
blindfolded.
my mask. And I think for this one, I can only smell. So I'm
That is correct.
going to pick it up. I'm going to stick my head in a bucket.
All right. What are we smelling?
It smells like a male. It smells like something that you might wear when you stink. And the smell of it, I feel like it's fairly popular.
Popular.
Maybe. I think I've seen a few of these ads and they're like riding horses and coming back from the beach and
Ooh, all right. Lainey's guessing deodorant. You're very close. Could you be more specific with your guesses,
what do
though?
you think? Think of male deodorant.
Primarily male. Lynx Africa from Murray. No.
No, not
Keep
quite.
guessing. You're close. You're right on the right track.
I don't know what else to.
Cologne.
Cologne.
It's not cologne. It's not cologne. Not perfume.
No, it's not.
Year 9 Boys Axe body spray. Oh, that's a good one from
No.
Anonymous.
It's it smells
How else could you describe it?
maybe like you could use this in like a food almost to like
really?
garnish something or give it a bit more flavor.
What would it give the food? What would it add?
Spice.
A bit of spice.
A bit of spice. Maybe
What's a spicy deodorant?
I don't know. I don't wear this, but
Getting a lot of potatoes coming in. That's definitely
Potatoes?
not what it is.
it's not.
Pepper spray? No. Old Spice from Anonymous. What's your name? Youth Pastor. Oh, we got Tim. Tim beat the Youth Pastor in with Old Spice.
Oh, Tim, you are correct. It is. I'm going to take this off now.
Yes. Put your names in with your vote.
Please put your names.
Yes, please
Otherwise,
put
we
your
can't
names.
give you the prize. It was Old Spice deodorant,
If you're anonymous, we can't give you the prize.
Swagger,
There we go.
anti-perspirant, and deodorant.
Alrighty.
Moving on to the next one. All right, Duncan,
Yep.
your job in this one is you can see this one. You don't need your blindfold, but only from far away.
Oh, okay.
So have a look at
Alrighty.
it. What do you see?
So right off the bat, I can see that this is a toy of some sort. It's in a box. It looks like it has a lot of pieces. Toy with a lot of pieces. It's definitely a character from a very popular movie. It looks like the pieces could get rearranged on it. It's quite round, the toy. It's got a face.
We've got
A lot of different
a
pieces.
puzzle. It's not a puzzle. It's not
quite a
Lego.
puzzle.
It's not a Rubik's Cube.
It's got a lot of pieces.
Buzz
Very
Lightyear.
round.
Oh, Zach. Zach.
Who's got it?
Zach Gretsch.
Zach Gretsch, Mr. Potato Head, you are correct.
You win, Mr. Potato Head.
You win.
Congratulations.
Brilliant.
That is in bucket 3. All right.
Fantastic. All right.
This next one, I have to be blindfolded again.
Blindfolded again. All right. So now this time, Sarah can only use the sensation of touch. Away you go.
All right, I'm going to put the bucket. Oh,
Yeah.
are you going to hold the
No,
bucket?
you keep the bucket. I'm not
Ooh,
holding
I like this. I do have one of these at home. My sister would
Hold the
like it
bucket.
if she could.
Give it away to your sister.
No, well, there's lots of
Or
things that
just
she
give it-
asked if she could have.
What is it? What does it feel like?
Taste. To taste.
We've done the tasting. We're on the
It
feeling.
feels like silicon
Silicon.
or some kind of like soft but firm.
Soft, firm.
Can you hear that sound?
Oh, getting sounds.
I don't know if you
Probably
can hear
not.
that sound.
What else? What else? What can you do with it?
You can
Oh,
push it and
got-
pop it back up.
we got Pop It
That's
from
what it is.
Chloe.
Chloe.
There was somebody before that was anonymous. You got to not be anonymous. We need your names.
Anonymous. You don't get it. But Chloe, our
Chloe.
resident TikToker,
Yes.
has guessed the
First one
TikTok
in.
trend.
All right.
Last one. Duncan,
Yes.
do you want to come over this side?
I'll come over this side.
Because I think for this one, you have to mime it.
I have to mime it. All right,
So do you see what's in there?
Okay. Everybody
All
watching?
right, let's have a look.
All right. Am I in frame? Am I good? Sweet. All right.
He's opening something. Oh, eating. Popcorn chicken? No. A book? I don't think we eat a book. Me, Sav? I'm not.
How do I mime this?
Chips? Chocolate?
Or
We're getting kind of
chocolate's
close.
closer.
Beef jerky. It's not beef jerky. Anonymous said grabemskivy.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Grabensky?
Kit Kat. Tom.
Tom.
Lollies.
Tom L in with the lollies. That's right. For what I was miming there, for anyone that didn't understand, a little, it's good. Too much, you vomit.
And that would be
The lollies. Winner.
Alan's party mix.
Done. Alan's party mix. Tom, lucky winner.
So when we come back to youth group, you guys, we have written down who won those prizes. You will receive them. But now we're going to hand over to Austin, and he's going to lead us into creative ministries.
Well, congratulations to all the winners of the prizes. Let's get into it tonight. And so hopefully you guys should be seeing an image on the screen. Now, when I look at this image, I can't help but feel frustrated. You see, when I see this picture, I think of bad news. And sometimes I just wish, I wish I didn't understand it. And I actually got to experience this the other day. You see, I was sitting down, I was giving blood at the blood bank, and in the room that I was in were all these TVs, and they were playing this 11 a.m. conference. But none of them had the sound on. So I couldn't understand anything. But then it made me realize something, how important that person is on the right. You see, the person who presents the information into sign language. Because for a lot of Australians, not understanding the message is the reality unless there's a person who's interpreting it into sign. Now, it is frustrating to have to present bad news, but a person is still needed to present it. You could almost say that the messenger is just as important as the message. In this term, we are looking at the book of Isaiah, and Isaiah is written by Isaiah. And Isaiah is a prophet. Now, if we wanted to give a job description of a prophet, we could basically say a messenger. Someone who brings a message. Just like Gladys and the sign interpreter, they bring a message. And I think back to high school days, and there was a role of a messenger in our school. One day, a person would be selected to sit in the office and do nothing all day until the office lady needed them to go run to a classroom, and they would either get a student or just get a teacher's attention. And it was the best job. But you see, the role of a prophet isn't always as fun. Because what they do is they take the words of God and they share his message to people who can't hear or see him. Now, the way that a prophet would get the message from God would be different. And in tonight's passage, Isaiah 6, we see that God gives Isaiah his message through a vision. Now, Isaiah, he is very kind and he shares this vision with us. And he says that he sees God on his throne. But the problem is that God's throne isn't consumed to this small temple. Instead, the temple itself is consumed by the glory of God. You see, God is greater than the temple. But then there's also these heavenly creatures, these fiery six-winged creatures called seraphs, and they are shouting, "Holy, holy, holy." And at this point in time, Isaiah recognizes how corrupt and sinful he is. You see, at this point in time, we need to see Isaiah as a symbol. He is a symbol of sin and corruption. Not just for himself, but for his people Israel. You see, in the verses earlier in tonight's passage, we see the sin of Israel. It says that they call evil for good, They replace sweetness for bitterness. They view themselves as selfishly wise. They pride themselves in their drinking. So here we have the symbol of sin, and he is standing in the presence of God, and he becomes aware and assured that he's about to be destroyed. You see, this is because sinful people and God's holy nature, they don't mix. And I don't mean don't mix as in water and oil, they don't mix. No, I mean don't mix as in one part will be destroyed. It's almost like this. What if I describe you and I as this balloon? Now, we are sinful beings and we can live and be alive and we'll be okay. But when we come into the presence of God, and God being holy, sinless, perfect, divine in nature, when we meet him, this encounter will become consumed by his glory. We will perish and die. That's what I mean by sinful beings and God. They do not mix. But when Isaiah stands in God's presence, as we see in tonight, he isn't consumed by God's glory. Instead, the opposite of being destroyed happens. In fact, he's made holy. You see, God and God alone is able to atone and forgive sins. The burning coal that is placed on Isaiah's lips, it's a symbol of God's grace. So with Isaiah's sins forgiven and he comes into the presence of God, he's no longer burnt and destroyed. God's holy presence doesn't consume him because his sins are forgiven. Just as Isaiah is a symbol of sin, we need to see that the coal tonight is a symbol of grace. And you and I, we can actually relate to this. Not because of the coal, but we relate to the nature of being forgiven and being able to be in God's presence. You see, when Jesus Christ died on the cross, taking the punishment for our sins, he gave us the opportunity to be in the presence of God. But back to the story of tonight. Now we have Isaiah and he's standing in God's presence. And he isn't killed, and God actually asks to send somebody. We aren't told where he's sending or why, but Isaiah is loyal. He trusts God and he puts his hand up. He says, "Send me." Now God tasks Isaiah with a difficult mission to take a message. The message that he's meant to take is to continue announcing God's coming judgment. Oh, bit of a tough message. You see, other prophets in the Bible, they actually got off a bit easier. When they were told to take the judgment of God to the people, it was so that the people could repent and then eventually avoid the judgment. But that isn't the situation that Isaiah finds himself in. You see, the Israelites have found themselves in a point of no return. It says in tonight's passage, Israel is to be chopped down like a tree, left like a stump in the field, and that stump itself will be scorched and burned. But after that burning, God says that this smoldering stump, it will be a holy seed. It will survive into the future. You see, Isaiah brings a message of judgment, and this judgment will lead to destruction. The current generation of Israel have no hope at this point in time. But Isaiah is faithful to God. He trusts him. And he knows that this judgment will eventually lead to hope. At the start, I said that it's often tough being the messenger who has to bring a message of bad news. But tonight, I'm actually going to try and encourage you to be the messenger. You see, I think there's a lot to learn from the character of Isaiah. And I don't want us to just follow Isaiah's example for example's sake. You see, in chapter 20, eventually, Isaiah is told to walk around naked, and we don't necessarily need to imitate all his actions. But as I said, we really want to see the character that he has. Because when Isaiah says that he's an unclean man living part of an unclean people, we relate to that. And then when Isaiah stands in the presence of God and isn't destroyed because of God's grace, well, we relate to that as well. But Isaiah's character is loyal and he trusts in God. And when God asks for someone to send, he puts his hand up and says, "Send me." even though it's a tough message. He knows that God's plan is greater and eventually better. He has a character of loyalty and trust. He's faithful to God. Now, telling our friends about Jesus and God, it's often a really tough message to bring. But I want to encourage you, be faithful, willing and trusting in God to say to him, send me. Because the message about Jesus isn't just a message of judgment, but it's actually the greatest message of hope that our world can ever hear. And that's Isaiah 6 for us. And we're going to dig deeper into that tonight as we head into pods and look into how we can look at Isaiah as an example. But first, let me pray. Our good and gracious Father, that is what you are. Through the blood of Christ, you have allowed us to be in your presence, to come to you and pray like this. But Lord, we ask for your help now as we're about to head off into pods. Help us understand your word more. Help us understand the story in Isaiah chapter 6. And Lord, please teach us more about you so that we can become more in your likeness. And Father, give us boldness to say, send me. Send me to my friends, to my family, to the people of Australia, and to the ends of the earth to tell them about the great, hopeful news of Jesus Christ. And it is in his name that we pray. Amen. So, that now brings us to the end of this live stream. Like last week, instead of just turning off your computer and sitting in front of the TV, I'm going to encourage you to go to Zoom. Your leader should have contacted you throughout the week and given you a Zoom link. Now, if you are unsure what I'm talking about here, on the screen should be our youth pastor's email. Please email him, say, hi, my name is this and this, I'm in this year, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. Just email him and he'll direct you to the right place to go. But otherwise, enjoy your pods, and we really, really hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us.